guys, it's Rose. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. So today I am working on some of the masterboard bakes that I am doing for the challenge, the May challenge over on the Junk Journal Trading Post with Rachel Bella Crafts. And today I have decided to work with some of the offcut pieces of our masterboards. The last time we made covers and I've made some tags with Rachel. Rachel did a video making tags, and these are the offcuts that I have from those pieces. So I am going to be making some scrappy side tucks, maybe some clusters as well. So they're it's basically using our offcut pieces to make clusters and side tuck spots and little scrappy pieces like that. Okay, so I have torn some of these down already. This was a piece that was just that size and I just tore it in half. This is just a long strip that I had left over. This was one piece here and I just tore it in half. And this one was like this and I just kind of tore around this rose here. I thought I'd like to use that piece. Okay, so what else do we want to add to these? Now I'm going to start working with these ones and see where we go. Those aside for now. There we go. And here I have some scrappy fabrics. I have some of the fabric that we used on the inside of one of our covers, so that'll be very handy. I have some book pages here off to the side, and I am going to grab some music paper as well. Okay, so that's awesome. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of have a look and see exactly how I want to use these pieces. Okay, now obviously I would like to have this piece on the top. These could be used as base pieces. This one is a little bit strange in that I would want to have this on the top maybe, but I'd like to actually play around with the idea of keeping this piece running up the side of a page. So I'm going to investigate with that one in a little while. We'll put that aside. I'm going to work with this one first and see where we go. So let's see what we've got in our bag of goodies. We have laces, cheesecloths, all sorts of stuff going on in here that is not supposed to be in there. I was actually looking for that the other day. So we have these two fabrics. Oh look, there's another pink fabric there. That's lovely. That might work with that. Now I do have this kind of green as well, which is lovely with the pinks. Really nice. We have some laces. More kind of cream lace here. Okay, so let's start putting something together here. Sorry about the noise of that, guys, but it is what it is. We'll just leave those few pieces out for now. Okay, so I may actually end up putting one of those other pieces, like something like this, behind as a base. I'm not liking that sheer fabric there anyway. So let's see. And I want this to go on the right hand page. Oh, have it upside down, which doesn't help. I'm quite liking just that on its own, to be honest. But let's see if we can get something behind it. So if I were to layer this here, give me some music paper. Let's have some music paper in here. And let's pick out a book page as well. I like the toning on this one, so we'll try something with that. And let's tear down some book page. And this, I mean, you can use whatever is on your desk with this, you know. It doesn't have to be exactly what I'm using. In fact, it probably shouldn't be exactly what I'm using. You do your thing. But just kind of play around and have fun with the layers and things like that. So that's that. This is actually from a Tom Sawyer book, a very old one. I'm just going to tear a piece off. Layer that in there. Some lace. Let's try some lace in there. Definitely don't want that much lace. And I'm just thinking, do I want the fabric to come over the edge of the page? That might be kind of cool. Yeah. Okay, so let's get some of this fabric torn down. Let's see. I love the sound of ripping fabric. I don't know why. My destructive tendencies coming out. So if we have that, like so. I just need a sheet of paper so that I can have a look. This will do. It's only just a scrap piece of paper that I use for stamping off and things like that, but so like that. And it can be glued just on one side or sewn on one side and used as a tuck spot. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. I'm liking the different tones back here as well with the two different papers. So let's keep it simple and just do that. I like it. Okay, I want to take the top off of this because it's too neat. It's too neat for me. Make sure that sits right. There we go. Now we need to get our papers kind of glued up together the way we want them, and I am thinking exactly like that. I'm going to glue these together first before I try to glue them to the fabric, because it's harder to glue things to fabric than it is paper to paper. So how have you guys been? I have had a really nice weekend. Derek's grandson was up and we had movie night and all that sort of stuff, so it was good fun. The weather has been, it was okay actually, not too bad. It was cold yesterday. It's very warm today, but it's cloudy and overcast, which, you know, is part of the course. We're in Ireland. Fantastically famous bad weather. Okay, we like that there. And where did we want this bit? Oh, I don't want it that way, I want it that way. Yeah, I think just peeking out there like that is fine. And voila. Now let's get it stuck down to our fabric. Figure this out. Yeah, I think just even something like that, just with a little bit of the pink peeping through, will give me what I am looking for. Awesome. Should have probably torn this off before I put it together, but we did anyway. It looks fine. Yeah, that's going to be really cute as a tuck spot on the corner of a page. Awesome. I have the strings sticking to my fingers now because I'm all glued. There we go. Now I could put a bit of lace just down here. I think I might do that. I'm not sure I want this particular lace, or this, it's too kind of, again, too neat. I cannot do neat things. Yeah, I think if I just plop it there rather than trying to place it. So the less fussy I am about the placement of these things, I think, for this particular look that I'm going for. It's very shabby, very, what's the word, just tatty looking. So I think the less I think about the placement, the better. There we go. That is going to look awesome on the side of the page. A little bit of lace coming out the side. Love it. Okay. And like I said, I will just glue it. I might even sew this and sew it kind of down here and just tuck underneath. We shall see. I don't have my journal ready yet, so we can't do it today, but that's okay. Now again, with this piece, I want to explore the idea of doing a snippet, but at the same time leaving this piece. I'm not sure that it will work out. I mean, I could actually just put that on a page like that and it would be kind of awesome, I think. Just ink the edge of that and it would look absolutely fabulous. But we are doing snippets and clusters and that sort of stuff. I just need to cut off this little piece of that sticker. There we go. Okay, so let us, maybe some cheesecloth. Where's that green fabric? Let's see what that looks like here. I kind of want something behind it. And this is what I was talking about. I don't know that this is going to work. If I start putting things behind, will I be able to glue it to the page afterwards? Now, I could do a whole strip of this behind here. And that would be kind of cool. And that would peek out of the edge. So yeah, I think we might have to do that. Okay. And some of this pretty lace. I just have, in this bag, I just have a lot of little snippets that are left over from projects that I've been working on kind of fairly recently. So I have snippets of all kinds of laces and fabrics and things like that. Now, actually, seeing as this is Nana's Roses, maybe something like this. This comes from an old net curtain. And in my house, my Nana, my nanny, we would have called her, loved her net curtains. So I could put a snippet of that. Okay, let's cut a tiny piece of this off. Like so. And obviously I don't want to put that over the edge of that because I want that rose to show. Like so. And what else have we got? Some music paper maybe. Something like that. Nope, that's not what I want. Well, that's good to know as well, isn't it? Let's get a torn edge on the top of this one. It's all too straight. Maybe I want it going across. Going to need to ink the edge of that. It's bothering me. Let's see about our book page. Of course, could put some of that behind here too, couldn't I? It's very similar to the other one in the sense of keeping things behind rather than on top. That is not always the case, and it will be different for the next two, I think. But for these ones, it's putting things behind. Okay, so I'm quite liking this. I'm going to ink this piece. I'm going to try and get all this kind of in place, and then I'm going to go and sew it maybe at the end. Okay, so let's get these inked up. I will fast forward this part of the video where I am working, and I'll bring you guys back in a little while and we'll have a look at what has happened. Okay, so I have these pieces ready to go, and I will actually sew these at the end of the video, and we'll come back and have a look at what they all look like sewn up, because I may sew on the others as well. We shall see. But I'll do all the sewing in one go so that we're not over and back and over and back. Okay? So that is kind of what I am thinking. Yeah, I like it. Scrappy, scrappy, scrappy. I'm loving Scrappy today. So that is that one. Where did I put the other one? I did have another one, guys, didn't I? Here. There it is. I'm thinking this needs a little something something here, and I will figure that out. So let's have those aside. Now these ones we can build on top of. There are no focal points as such that I want to preserve. So ooh, that out, and I thought I had more of those. There they are. I knew they were there somewhere. But let's have a look at this one anyway first. Ooh. There's the two. Yes, we'll have a look at those in a minute as well. In fact, we could actually probably do all three of these together. Okay, and I am going to just take some snips off of this, not looking or caring where it's getting snipped. And this I am going to tear. Oh no! This is one of the ones where I had stamped and things like that, and also there's paint on this and some pen markings and all that sort of good stuff. So we have extra texture going on there. Now, do I want this on this side or this side? It could go either way, and I'm actually going to tear it back this way because I want it on the right. For some reason, with things like this, I always have them on the right hand page. I can't seem to get out the habit of it. It's just the natural way the eye flows when you're right-handed, I guess, but yeah. I'm not liking that. This maybe. Just looking for some scrappiness. Scrappies is all I'm looking for. I'll put some of that there. I'll cut this down at a weird angle. Can I get that there? Do the two of these together. Let's have some book page. That in there. Nope, we're going to put it over. And that's pretty much what these are about, guys. It's playing around with the scraps that you have. Just put them together. Don't worry too much about what goes where. As long as it looks pleasing to your eye, it is right. There's no right and wrong, you know. So I'm going to put that there. And you might not, like, you might think you can't even see that sheer fabric on there. But in person, it really does translate. It adds texture, and it adds a little extra layer of just something, you know. And that's all that's required. It's all about the layers. Okay, I'm good with those. I'm keeping them very simple. Let us ink this one. Now, I could go and dig out all my paper strips and all that sort of stuff, and they would look awesome in here. But like I said, I just want to keep it simple today for you guys, not to overwhelm you. I'm simply working with book page, music paper, and a few scraps of fabric and lace. That's it. And obviously the remnants of our masterboards. So that's those. And I actually like those just the way they are. Well, I really like this one. This one could maybe do with something. Maybe if I swap these around. I think that's what's putting me off. Let's have a look. Get that down there. Get that there. And our lace there. Yeah, that's suiting me better. Our fabric kind of coming off there. Put that there and that there. There. Yeah, I mean, they're just interesting to look at. It's not supposed to be anything fantastically, amazingly, technically difficult or anything. It's just some interest on your page. Okay, so let's get these down. Let's get these put together. Okay, so that's those two. Now we may look for some little toppers or focal points for these in a little minute. But let's get something on these ones. On this one anyway, and I'm kind of wanting to work with a piece of this as well. If you'll remember, this is the one that has the pearlescent paint on top. And it is actually, this is part of the cover piece that I took apart, so it's actually stiffer than the rest. And I'm okay with that. And I'm going to tear it there. And I'm going to turn it upside down because it doesn't matter. Now there's a corner lifting here, just going to get that down. There we go. Okay. Now, I am loving this cardboard at the moment. I started collecting cereal boxes to make my journals, and there are 2 different cereal boxes coming into this house. Not 2 different ones, 2 different types of ones. We eat a lot of different cereals. But one of them was this kind of brown cardboard backing like this. So this is a cereal box. And the inside of it is that brown card. And the other one was the normal kind of grey board ones. And I found that I much prefer working with these ones. Not just for the covers, it gives a nice sturdy cover, but also because I love the colour of it, and when you ink it up it looks amazing. So yeah, that's what that is. Let's get the edges of this inked. It takes the ink so beautifully, that card. Okay, so we're working with these 2, and I'm sticking with the same fabrics and things like that. I might do some pink on this one again. Come back. Let's see. Now I can actually put the pink on the outside this time because we're not worried about a focal point at the minute. So maybe a strip down there. What did I drop? There we go. I knew I dropped something. So I'm going to put a strip down there, maybe not a full strip. Ruffle it. A ruffle would be lovely. Okay, I'm just going to cut it off here. I'm not overthinking. Okay, so that's that piece. Let us have some of this. Do we want some cheesecloth as well? I have lots of different kind of things in here. I have fibres and all sorts of stuff in here. Here we have some tea-dyed cheesecloth. That's what I was looking for. So let's cut a piece of that and put it over it. I like it. That's not something I would normally do, but I'm quite liking that. Different, something different. Okay, do we want book paper or music paper on this one? Oh, I'm going to put that behind, I think. Like so. Okay, I quite like that, and I will find something to go down to decorate with, sorry, decor with. What am I like? I actually want a wider piece of that music paper, I think. Maybe not quite that long. So, taking off all my straight edges. Okay. Yeah, liking that. Okay, I'm going to get this inked. This is going to be a difficult one to manage, but I am going to sew the cheesecloth on at the end. So I'm just going to get this kind of just tacked into place. Like I said, I'll sew it afterwards. So let's just get it kind of tacked down there. We'll leave our cheesecloth with it, and we can get that sorted in a little while. Okay, that's number 3. Oh no, that's way more than number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 kind of assembled for now. And I'm going to do this one, and then that is it. We're going to leave it at that. And I'm going to have this going the opposite page. Or at least I'm going to attempt it. Okay, I do find it difficult to do it. So let's see what we can come up with. Okay, there's another little piece of that lace. I love that. Awesome. Turn it around. There we go. And where's my book page? Where's my... did I use all that book page? My word. See? Great for using up scraps. And this is stuff that I just have on my desk as well, guys. I didn't go particularly looking for anything. Now I'm looking for something here that is darker in colour than the music paper. There we go. Just tear a piece of this. Now, do I want it long? I don't. I actually want a square of it. There we go. That's what I wanted. Let's ink it. I'm not sure that I actually want that there. I'm just going to play around with this for a second. Yeah, that's okay. And what else? Now, because this piece has come off with no actual images and things, I'm going to put a tiny bit of that pink in there, and we'll probably just look at putting a focal image. So let's get that up in here, I think. Yeah. So basically we're making little clusters. We're just making them as side pieces to go on a page. I'm leaving bits that will hang out over the edge, and they're going to look awesome. Okay, I'm going to go off to the sewing machine, get those sewn, and I will be right back to you guys. Okay, so I've gotten all our pieces sewn up. I don't know if you'll be able to see that in the camera. I have actually sewn on all of them. You do not have to sew on these, guys. You can just glue them together. If you have your a fabric glue that you like, you can use that on them, and it will be totally fine. Just have a couple of strings here left to chop off, and there we go. So yeah, you do not have to sew on them. I just like to sew on them. It gives them an extra point of interest and some extra texture as well. So next step, some of these are fine as they are. Like that one would be fine like that, and that one will be totally fine like that. I'm actually loving this one. I don't know, the stitching just added something extra to it as well, and I'm loving that. So I have these 4 here, and I have the pieces left over from the collage freebie that Rachel gave us. And I have some of these pieces left over that I didn't actually use in the end. I had kept them back and saved them to use as focal points on the boards themselves. But I ended up using one of the boards for a cover, and the one that I caught up for the journal cards had other images on, so I have a few of these left. So we get to play with these today, which is really awesome. So we get to layer and layer and layer to our heart's content. Now I am loving this blue at the minute. So, and like I can just go and add these little pieces and that could be it. And I love it. So awesome that we get the whole piece out of just that freebie board that Rachel gave us. Really, really awesome. So let's see what else we have. We have this one. Of course, I have a couple of each. I printed the kit or the page several times, so I have a couple of each one available to me. Love this little girl. I might put something else behind her. Yeah, look at that. I like that. Maybe down here. Awesome sauce. Now we could use these pieces also, but I don't think my pieces are quite wide enough to accommodate. Well, obviously I could, no problem, but for me, oh look, that might be cool. Oh, putting them behind. Ugh. No. Look at that. I like it. Okay. So, as you can see, just playing around, we'll just get your juices flowing. The old creative juices will start flowing. I'm liking that blue. Just peeking out of there maybe. And what else? I'm liking how each of these looks. This one is very simple. Let's see if we can zhuzh that up a small bit. Like so. And they're very organic pieces. There's no symmetry here. And that's one of the things that I love about them. So put that down there. Now I could just do that as they are, but I want to make these stand out even more. So I'm going to go off and I'm going to, I don't know if I'll varnish them. I might put clear embossing powder on them. I'm not sure yet. But I will do something to them and I'll be back and let you guys know. Okay, so I have gotten some clear embossing powder on all of these and it'll just make them stand out a little bit. There are other ways that you can make them stand out. You can pop them up on some extra card pieces, you know, just layer extra card pieces behind them so they'll appear thicker. You could just edge them in gold, lots of different things like that. Or you could just ink them and stick them down. That would be totally fine too. Okay, so let's get these stuck down. Okay, you guys, so this is what we have ended up with. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces all together. I'm going to show you them one by one. And you can see the shine on that, just makes it stand out a little bit. And on the edge of a page, this will look so interesting and so awesome. Another one that I decided to do to this side. I love how this is peeking out. And that'll make a very sturdy tuck because of the card on the back of it. That's awesome. This long one, I'm really liking this and I'm loving the idea that it goes all the way up the side of the page. Now I didn't bother doing this with the embossing powder. I didn't think it needed it. I could have and it would look awesome, but I didn't want this to be the focus. I wanted this to be the focus. So I didn't do it with the embossing powder, but that looks awesome. Then we have this one. And this little girl, this was one that I had actually done extra when I was doing them. So I just put her on there and she looks great. I don't think it takes away too much from the rose. So it's fine that that is heat embossed. And I love this piece. It's going to make a really nice tuck spot as well. We have 2 smaller ones. And they also look awesome. They just look so interesting and so textural on the pages. Just to give your page is a little something something extra, and it uses up all those extra little pieces that we had left over from our masterboards. So that is it for me for today, guys. I will be back very, very soon with another video, and I will talk to you all then. Have a great day. Oh, and don't forget to comment on the video if you want to be in with a chance to win the Taurus Zodiac Journal for the month of May. Okay? Yes, so that is definitely it for me. Have a great day, guys, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Bye.